Picture this, a battlefield somewhere in Eastern Europe. The soldiers are cut off. GPS is jammed. No signals. No orders. No help. Then, boom, a device flickers to life. A signal from space, but not from a military satellite. It's from a private network owned by one man. Not the Pentagon, not NASA. Elon Musk. And this moment changed everything about war, power, and who really controls America's most advanced weapons systems. This is the true story of how Elon Musk quietly took over the U.S. military from above. For decades, America's military ruled space through billion-dollar government programs. But today, the U.S. military relies more and more on a private company that started out building reusable rockets. That company is SpaceX. That man is Elon Musk. And what started as a tech billionaire's dream is now the backbone of military operations across the globe, from battlefields to spy satellites. In 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, the world watched in horror. But behind the scenes, something unexpected happened. Ukrainian forces, surrounded, outgunned, disconnected, asked for help. Not from NATO. Not from Washington, but from the one and the only Elon Musk. And within days, Starlink satellites lit up the Ukrainian sky. What happened next was historic. Commanders regained secure communication. Drones were guided through real-time satellite feeds. Artillery strikes became laser-accurate thanks to live drone footage. Even trapped soldiers in Azovstal steel plant sent videos to the world through Starlink. Starlink is marketed as a civilian internet service, but military experts around the world know the truth. It's a dual-use weapon. Chinese analysts warn Starlink can track movement, intercept data, and perform passive radar imaging, just like a spy satellite. Even if it looks harmless, the tech inside can reveal enemy positions, power missile defense, and keep troops connected in the darkest moments. Starlink is just the beginning. Behind the scenes, Elon Musk's other company, SpaceX, has been quietly landing massive contracts from the Pentagon. We're talking billions of dollars to launch America's most sensitive military satellites. In fact, by 2025, SpaceX is set to handle over half of the U.S. government's most critical space missions. That includes missile warning satellites, spy satellites, top-secret tracking systems that detect threats from space. Some of these satellites can spot a missile the moment it launches from halfway across the world. In 2021, SpaceX signed a classified $1.8 billion contract with the U.S. government. The mission? Build a swarm of spy satellites under a secret program called Starshield. These aren't your average comms satellites. They're designed to capture high-resolution images, relay military data, and monitor the planet in real time. A literal eye in the sky, built by a private company. What's even crazier, the same lasers that link Starlink satellites for internet are now linking Starshield satellites for the military. And Musk didn't stop there. Meet MileNet, a new military satellite network. It's made up of nearly 500 satellites designed to keep the U.S. military online, even during full-blown war. But here's the twist. The U.S. government owns the satellites, but SpaceX operates them. That's like the military owning the jets, but letting Musk fly them. These satellites connect to ground terminals with top-level encryption built by SpaceX, and, if needed, they can link into Starlink too. In other words, one man controls the launch pads, the network, the satellites, and the battlefield data flow, all from a company that started by trying to go to Mars. The U.S. military used to do it all, build its own satellites, run its own networks, and control every detail from start to finish. But today, they're leaning on one tech billionaire to handle communication, intelligence, and surveillance in some of the most dangerous places on Earth. Elon Musk's speed and innovation gave the Pentagon a serious edge, but it also gave him something else: leverage. In a way, he's become too big to ignore, and maybe too powerful to question. In 2022, Ukraine asked Elon Musk to activate Starlink over Crimea for a surprise attack. Musk said no. And just like that, a private citizen stopped a military mission in its tracks. He claimed it would have escalated the war and violated U.S. sanctions. But not everyone bought that. Some suspected he was protecting business ties with China or even Russia. And this wasn't the only time Musk played by his own rules. When news of the Pentagon's contract leaked, he threatened to cut Ukraine off completely, saying SpaceX was losing money. The U.S. military scrambled to seal the deal just to keep Starlink online. One man, one company, and the fate of an entire war zone in his hands. Around the world, other nations are watching closely. China now sees Starlink as a military threat. Its military is actively studying how to disable, jam, or destroy Musk's satellites. They've simulated satellite hacking, fake signal attacks, and even space weapons to blind Starlink constellations. Experts fear this is triggering a new kind of arms race, not over land, but in orbit. And the scariest part? There are no real rules for private military space companies. If something goes wrong, who takes responsibility?
Elon Musk didn't need to run for office. He didn't need a uniform. But today, his companies control the very tools America needs to fight wars, gather intelligence, and stay connected in crisis. Genius? Absolutely. But power like this doesn't come without risk. So here's the question. What happens when the power to win or lose a war doesn't rest in the hands of generals or presidents, but in the hands of a private citizen? One launch, one switch, one no, and the balance of global power could shift.
If you found this video eye-opening, hit that subscribe button. Press the bell icon and stay connected with us, because what's coming next is even more unbelievable.